workers.
Okay.
By the mid-20th century, parts of the park.
Hello. Anybody here? Is anybody here? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I don't see anybody here. I don't know. Maybe we're not gonna have anybody here. And like that, Andrew Morton has subscribed. Is anybody here? Can anybody see me? Can anybody hear me? Maybe I'm not hooked up. Is it live? Is it live? Let me see what's going on. Saturday, there's 6 people watching. Everybody say hello. Say hello. Claire is here without an eye. The Jedster, McCuff, MC Scott. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I did not sleep at all last night, and I had to go to work tonight. So thank you for coming. I'm gonna fix my hair. Let me see if I'm plugged in. Can you see me? What's going on with this? This is not right. Chat box. How about that? Let me just bring this down a little bit. Okay. Just you stay right there. I've got to go fix my hair. Hello, everybody. Hello, Mr. Cuff. Hello, Maltese Phil. Hello, the Jedster. Hello, Claire. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to the Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. I don't know whether this is going to be a good time to do the show, but I mean, I was working today. I was filming big movie 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. So there you go. 2 days in a row. I was wearing mint color. I can't tell you anything about it. Hello there, Joodles is here. Beautiful Joodles. Can you hear me? What do we need to do? Can you hear me? I got the live chat on. I've got the microphone on. I've got this thing on. Can you see me here? Maybe I don't look that good. Maybe it's the white shirt. Maybe I'll put on another color shirt. How about that? I put on my comfy broadcasting shirt. Yes. This is going to be the worst show ever. I'm so exhausted. I did not sleep at all last night. I went to sleep around 11 o'clock. I had to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but instead of waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up at 1:30 in the morning. Not that I went to sleep at 11. I probably went to sleep at 12. I woke up at 1. Maybe I wasn't even asleep. I don't know.
This is definitely going to offend someone. Here are 3 things I'd tell you about your toilet.
I woke up at 1:30, and then I went off to the studio to do day 2. This is actually the 3rd day of recording on this film. And so I didn't get any sleep. I think he's going for the Jewish Elvis look, the Jewish old Elvis look with the hair. What do you mean like that? Like, because it's all back like that. Anyway, I took a shower today. I didn't use any soap. I did use soap on my hands, but I didn't wash my hair. Okay, Carrie B is here, but so everyone who is here, thank you for coming in. I know it's an inconvenience. I just thought, we might as well do. I might as well do the show.
In 1967.
I might as well do the show and have you here. It makes me happy to see you. It makes me happy to see you. What it's happening to a lot of people. What, that I've got to go to work or that I can't sleep? I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's me, whether it's my guilty conscience for all the for all the unaliving I've done around the world. Perhaps it is. Alan Williams is here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Alan Williams is here. Carrie B is here. The Jedster is here. Anyway, so I go and do the show, and it's an amazing. It's an amazing. Movies are amazing. It's amazing, but it's also really depressing. Because I'm thinking, why isn't this movie about me? Why should it be about me? Why should it be about somebody else? Why should it be about some hotel? Why should it be about a young girl? Why should it be about some handsome 50-year-old movie star? It should be about me. But a couple of people recognized me, and I got good news because a guy who was at the show, who I sort of befriended, and he was having problems with his wife. And his wife had, like, basically lunged at him, according to him, and said, and ran out of the house and says, "You're not seeing your kid ever again." And he calls me up in the middle of the night before, or maybe it was Thursday. I don't know, one of the nights. And he was there, and he said to me, "What do I do? What do I do?" And I actually, and I know you can't believe this from coming from Lewis Schaffer, but he actually said to me, I said to him, you gotta apologize, and you gotta move, you gotta be nice. And I'm Lewis Schaffer. I'm telling people to be nice. Anyway, so that was a really good thing. I'm not going to tell you who it was. I want to talk about things, but things I can't talk about. I predicted a toffee win today, Alan Williams. Could you have a word, please? Anyway, so then on Discord, have you been on Discord? There's still, okay, Joodles, getting there, thank you. Fought to stay out of the hospital. Carrie B was almost going to go into the hospital. That's horrible. That's horrible. That's horrible. You got to stay away. You got to stay out of the hospital. The hospital, I'm doing a scene. One of the scenes I'm doing is I'm having dinner in the restaurant there. In the restaurant, and my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful date, a Japanese woman, and she said she was going to uni many, many years ago. Not many, she's not that old, but many years ago. Yeah, man. And she was at a university in America, in a Midwestern state, driving with 3 20-year-old co-eds, being driven in a sports car by a 20-year-old college kid. And we've all been there, or many of us have been there, a lot of us have been there. And he basically was speeding, and they were telling him, they were screaming at him, "Slow down, don't do it, slow," one of those things. It was an incredible, and he gets into an accident. So there's 3 women and 1 guy, and the guy driver basically walks away. One of the women is killed, and another woman is paralyzed. And my acting date, Japanese woman. I love the Japanese women. I love all women. Anyway, she told me that she was in the hospital for 3 or 4 months and I don't remember how long it was, and that she was basically disabled for 4 years, and it was a horrible story. I started to cry, because I thought of my own kids and how quickly it can all end for all of us. And I don't know if it's going to leave a lasting impression on me, but imagine you come from Japan and you're riding along in a lovely woman. She was an engineer. She said she loved numbers. Getting into an automobile accident in Missouri, in the middle of the Ozark Mountains in Missouri. Horrible, horrible. She's from Japan. What the hell, if you're going to get into an accident, but Missouri, I don't know if you understand Missouri. What is the equivalent of it in Britain? What is the equivalent of Missouri in Britain? Something. What could the alternative? Britain doesn't have places like Missouri. It's a nice place, I guess. I've driven across there. There's not much going on there. Ozark Mountains. Anybody been there? This is a true story. Meat on Rod. Hello, Meat on Rod. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. It struck me as a true story. It was like so detailed, and you had no reason to lie to me. We're just sitting there at the restaurant there. Beautiful, fancy restaurant set. It was one of those, where they make the restaurant look like it's the original restaurant. Didn't you tell her it was her own fault for going to uni? She should have been home making babies. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. There's so many women, as you know, Joodles, who make these decisions. And I asked her, did it change her life? I didn't get to that part of it because I was crying myself over this thing. Was there anything else you could do? She said we were like screaming at him, telling him to stop. So, is she responsible? She wound up not having any kids. How did you know she didn't have any kids? Nobody has any kids today, especially like the Japanese people. So Jedster, why do you think that's a good point that Joodles make? It is her fault to a degree. Maybe 1% for getting in a car like that with a guy like that. But she was 20 years old at the time. And this was maybe, I don't know how many years ago this was. Could be 30 years ago. Or it could be, I don't know how old she was. She was, in her middle years, as it's been said. But yeah, I believe in personal responsibility. I believe it. Like let's say today's stream is horrible. Let's say it is horrible. I have to take responsibility. You say, "Well, it's not my fault. I had to wake up today and take the train at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning." No. I had to take the bus. No, it's partially my fault that I could not. That I have a really guilty conscience. Okay. So I don't know what you mean by that, Lewis. You look like you have jaundice this evening. I do because I have not slept. I have not slept. Thank you for pointing that out, Julian. I look horrible. Look at my face. I've got it. The fact that it's the winter look, and today I'm at the filming. And it wasn't warm, but the sun had heat. And that's a really good sign. Because this is my favorite time of year where every day gets a little bit warmer. Every day the sun gets a little bit brighter. Every day. And spring is coming. It's still wet and horrible. I think Britain has it in. You could say Britain has the worst climate in the world. But you also say it's one of the best because it's like in New York, there's, you know, inches of snow on the ground. Lewis, okay, yeah. What guilt do I have? I have guilt. I have guilt because I think I, I shouldn't be doing this. I should not be. I shouldn't be streaming. I should be going into bed, basically. But feel. I feel like you may want to like touch base with each other, and I'm the recipient for that. It was going to be 9 o'clock, but because they let us out at 5 o'clock, at 5 o'clock from the studio, and it takes 2 hours for me to get home on the train. And I'm not a rich man. Okay, is the film about Stormer getting obliterated? I don't know. Has he gotten obliterated? I just assumed he had. I haven't even thought about it. We can talk about that, Claire. No, it's. I mean, it's. They're all anyway. I can't really describe it because I still have a couple of days left, and you don't want to get people angry at you. They make you sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. So I'm not allowed to put up any pictures. I mean, am I allowed to talk about it? I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk about it. I had a fellow actor of mine who was in every single James Bond film, every single James Bond film, and he sent some pictures to a friend of his. He was old too. He was like in his 80s. He was in his 80s, and he sent pictures to everybody. He didn't send pictures. He sent pictures to a friend saying, hey, look, these are the pictures on the James Bond movie set. And his friend, didn't really know. He shouldn't have posted the pictures. So he posted the pictures. And the studio finds out about it, and they took him off the film, and he lost 41 days of filming. So you can imagine how much that is. That'll pay the rent for a year plus some. Okay. So that's do I feel guilty? I feel tremendous guilt. I feel like really, really tremendous guilt. Tremendous guilt. And yes, I believe in personal responsibility, Jules. I'm not back tomorrow. No, I'm not back tomorrow, Jules. I mean, you have a thing about me and what I said about personal responsibility. I don't think you have to claim 100% personal responsibility for everything. But you have to look at every situation. If it doesn't go as you want it to, you got to think to yourself, what did I do that was wrong here? Okay? He was speeding, and he was being reckless trying to impress those girls. So you have to put most of the blame on him. But you also have to put blame on yourself for getting in the car with a man, because men are dangerous. Last night's audio was shut down to my Bluetooth, not your stream, by the way. Oh, okay. Was your Bluetooth broken? Can everybody hear me here? Is it too loud? Should I make it a bit louder? I could make it a bit louder. MC Scott signed an NDA 25 years ago. It didn't end well. It didn't end well for the corrupter. What, some guy corrupted you, Claire, and you signed an NDA, and then what happened to him? He got arrested, and the NDA didn't matter. They don't like you to discuss the films. There's too much money. The irony of it is they let me bring a camera into. They let everyone bring cameras onto the set. It's a modern day set. Thank you, Joodles. The sound is fine. Loud enough for me. Okay. If it's not loud, tell me. You'll have to explain what that situation is. But I mean, Claire, I'm not saying if somebody pulls out a gun on the street and shoots you, and you were just walking by, that you should take 100% of the responsibility, or even 99%, maybe just the smallest amount. It's thinking, you know what, I had to go to work, I wasn't paying attention, whatever it could be. That's what I believe. Maybe that's my problem as me, is I take responsibility for everything, for every possible thing, for every possible thing. Anyway, there was a guy there in the studio. He he recognized me from GB News. So already you meet friends. It's like being in high school, and people like me. They like me. They don't like me enough because I bother people. I bother people. Thank you, Mr. Cuff. Because I bother people. When you bother people, I'm saying things and I'm making jokes, and some people can find it really funny, and some people are saying, "Wait a second, it's a movie set. We don't need stand-up comedy here." But most of being an actor is sitting around waiting and talking to people. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, maybe I could have read a book. I had a book to read. I could have, done tons of things, but I was just too tired to do it. Darts, darts on ITV4 tonight. No excuses to miss it. Well, there is for me because I hate darts, number one. But I think Judels likes darts, so I'm glad you told her, number one. And number two, I can't watch it because I don't pay for my TV license. Because I don't watch the whatchamacallit thing, whatever it is. I don't watch the I don't watch anything where I have to pay for a TV license. Maybe I should. What do you think? Do you think I should? I mean, darts is an amazing, amazing. I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm not a big darts fan. They're also ugly. They they are as ugly, the darts players, as the billiard players. Would you agree with that? No excuses, Lewis. Well, okay, let me take responsibility for that. I take responsibility because to me 174 pounds is a lot of money. Is a lot of money. So I don't want to buy it. I don't want to give the government any more money than I have to. So, and I'm a rebel, I guess. Maybe rebel is not the right word. Do actors always act? Well, I mean, pretty much all the actors there are trying to do a good job. They're not really actors, they're supporting actors. And it's a bit weird when we're asked to act, like specifically, but they're not. Like the instructions will say you're in New York. You're in New York. So can you put a little hustle in your steps, meet on Rod? Have you introduced yourself to us? Streaky Bacon is here. Meet on Rod. Where are you from? Are you fat? Are you a boy or a girl? How old are you? The basic questions. Lewis, you look calm and collected tonight. Did you have a satisfying day's work? I survived. Probably had about 5 cups of tea and 2 or 3 cups of coffee. And when I mean tea, I mean like thick, thick, thick tea. So was it satisfying? I did not get fired. I I had a beautiful dinner with a beautiful Japanese girl, and then I did another scene with my wife, this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Muslim woman, who was wearing a full whatever it is, a thing over her head, and she was brilliant. She was brilliant, and we had a nice day. I mean, it wasn't super super busy. And then another scene came. They brought us on to set, but they didn't tell me what I should do. So I just I wasn't in the photograph, in the film, whatever it is, view. So I just sat there as quietly as I could. I was too afraid to get up. I was too afraid to get up. So that's really nice. Pray, engage, and live chat. It says live chat. I'm reading all the chats. There's interference with telecommunications last week, still going on. But hey, the authorities don't. What kind of interference has there been, Claire? What has there been? Mr. Cuff doesn't pay for his TV tax either. I mean, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't pay. I do not use it in the way that they say you have to pay if you use it in this way. I don't know whether that's the right thing to say. Sounds like a decent day. Yeah, it sounds like a decent day. Is it a decent day? Any day you've got to get on a train by by fi- by 5 o'clock in the morning, and you have to leave the house at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're up at 1:30 in the morning. Any day like that is not an easy day, but it is nice. Everyone's dressed up. They're wearing makeup. Are the people that pretty? Um, um, are they? I don't know. I don't. I mean, are they that pretty? I think they were all right. They were. They were all. I mean, it's interesting because there was a lot of older people there, men and women, like older my age or old between 60 and 80. There was a guy there who was, and he was 80 years old, and we had a nice chat. Okay, so that is very nice. But what do I do in terms of, I'm a major flirt. I'm a major flirt. I can't flirt with you if you're too young. You do look knackered. I am completely knackered. And that's why I appreciate you being nice to me. He's also being super pleasant, Stretchy. Yes, I am, Joodles. I'm being super pleasant. Well, and I don't have the brain power to fight. And I know the way, like Joodles, she likes a fight. She say I don't like a fight, but you like a fight, like what you said before about me blaming this woman for being in the hospital for 3 or 4 months. That's fighting words. Yes, Jewel seems very strange, making me feel uneasy. It could make, yeah, it could make you feel uneasy, Mister Cuff, because I'm not 100%. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Maybe you wouldn't even notice. You know what I'm doing. Sod trains fly to work in a helicopter. That's what I do. I like the trains. The problem is it's also Saturday, and there was no train from Vauxhall to where I was going, so I had to go. A man walks into a bar with two Japanese, with one Japanese and two Muslim women. Yes, well, yes, yeah, yeah. Did you flirt with the 80-year-old man, Lewis? No, I did not flirt with him. But we had a nice political conversation. It was really pleasant, which is a mistake to do. Which is a mistake. You cannot, you should not talk about politics at work, especially American politics. People don't want to hear about it in this country. A lot of people hate Donald Trump, and they hate America. I'm not saying you people do, but there's a lot of like, we hate America. Because that's what the leftist commies, um, globalists believe. They're anti-American. Not fighting words at all, Lewis. It's just reflecting your statements back to you. It's not reflecting, because I made those statements. First, it's not reflecting. That's not the right word. Deflecting, not even deflecting. It's just repeating my statements back to me. But that has nothing to do with this thing. Did I blame her for being in the hospital for 4 months and having her really good friend die in a car crash and her other friend paralyzed? Oh my God. Oh my God. I just thought of my own kids, and you thought about myself. How many times I used to be a bad driver. That's why I don't drive now. I don't want the responsibility. But it is fighting words, and it's fighting words. It's not fighting words. You have a tendency, Joodles, to be a tough. I don't know how to describe what you're doing, but I've said to people, if something bad happens to them, how much are you to blame? You got mugged on a dark road. Okay, you're walking home on a dark road. yeah, you shouldn't get mugged, but you got mugged. You shouldn't get mugged. So maybe you shouldn't be 100% responsible. I used to really like Trump till he turned into just another deep state neocon. He isn't that way. He isn't that way. Somebody has to stop Iran, number one. Number two, somebody's got to stop Venezuela from destroying their country. Okay? Can Britain do that? No. Would Britain do that? I mean, maybe under another prime minister if they had the power. So he's got to do it. He has to do it. Yes, it would be massively outrageous and a weird thing to do to blame her, Lewis. No, I asked her. I said, "What did she do wrong?" I said, I'm not in that harshly, but she said, obviously she thinks about it every single day. She had 151 stitches, she said. So that is the point. I think I stand by what I say. Judith has a hard exterior but a soft inside, like white dog poo, says Streaky Bacon. She has a hard exterior, yes, and a soft inside. Yes, and she likes to be tough. I guess in the country that she comes from, women are expected and men too expected to be hard. But, I'm super sensitive to these things. Exactly. How does someone get blamed for getting in a car? We all get into cars. Well, sometimes you get into cars and you think to yourself, I should not be in this car. Do you not do that? You think, I make a mistake. You look at the guy who's the driver of the car. Just because he has a license doesn't mean you get in the car, Mr. Cuff, do you? I think you have to take some responsibility. I don't think she should take 1% responsibility. Maybe less. I love the U.S., but not the current exchange rate, meat on rod. Things used to be cheap. Now things cost loads. Yeah. Well, he's whatchamacallit. He's got the trade. What do you call it? Tariffs thing. Yeah. I had a great month with armed New York coppers, top men. When did this happen? Coppers mean the police. When was this? Should we buy silver or is it already too late? It is. I mean, you hate to say it. I don't know. I mean, I'm not one of these people. You should never take advice on these kind of things from Lewis Schaffer. I always buy it too late. The only thing I didn't buy too late was Bitcoin, which I bought about 8 months ago, maybe, and it went up. It gained like 60% value, and then it went down 30, 40% value. So, you have to do that yourself. I don't know. Dr. Gordon, thank you for that question, Dr. Gordon. Remember, I'm not a I'm broke. I'm like so broke. I paid my taxes yesterday, the day before with the producer. He did my taxes for me. He's not here right now. But it was so nice of him. It's too late, Dr. Gordon. It's too late for everything. Just embrace the chaos. But what you do is you have to buy stuff. You have to buy stuff and then hold on to it. Just hang on to what you've got. It's too late once you get the effing car. Once you get in the effing car, yeah. So she could have said it was too late because I told him not to. Unless you have a crystal ball, how do you know how the person is going to drive? How many of us have been asked to get in a car and we've looked at the driver and said, you know what, maybe not. You've been drinking too much or something. Yeah. And just embrace the chaos. Then there is chaos out there. And I know this chaos because I tell people this country is in chaos. And it used to be people would laugh at me. And now they don't laugh at me anymore. Mr. Cannabis, MC Scott says, key advice, peeps, stocks is gambling too. It is. I think the mistake that people make is they always move stuff around. I mean, maybe we should all be like what's his name, Warren Buffett. He just holds on to stuff. I don't think gold or silver is going down anytime soon. More likely to keep value than currency is. Well, that's the myth too. That's the myth. Kermit is here. Oh my God, beautiful, beautiful Kermit. That's the myth that it'll keep its value. They can they can discover gold in a gold hole, whatever it's called, a mine. Okay? And Tricky Bacon says gold dropped down massively a couple of days ago. Yes. Or maybe the Indians, who are like the largest collectors of gold. Horrible, horrible 10% gold or whatever it is, right? Um, um, that they stop selling, that they sell all their gold and it becomes a glut. And then people think, oh my God, it's going down. We got to get rid of the gold. I've been there. I own Bitcoin. I own a little bit. I'm not going to tell you how little I own, but it's so little. I don't even own it. I don't even own it. I'm not even going to say. Why am I talking so personally? I know a guy who was holding over $1 million in gold and silver just from buying a bit each month on payday. Yes. Yeah, I remember when gold was like $800. I remember, I'm old enough to remember when Nixon, when they did whatever they did with the gold thing. The gold thing. 1-0, Newcastle, former blue. Who was Newcastle playing? Alan Williams. I think we all trust taxi drivers abroad too much. You just assume they're insured and safe. Well, a lot of times when you travel to a foreign country, you think they're going to be as good as this country, the taxi driver. And then you think to yourself, well, maybe this country's taxi isn't that good. I've gone 1-1 on it, Alan, but Guan the barcodes. I've gone 1-1. I don't know what you mean. Barcodes. I don't know what you mean. Liverpool versus Newcastle. Yeah. Is there a game on now? Is there a Saturday game? Liverpool versus Newcastle. I mean, I know I've been to Newcastle so many times. It's of the cities in this country, it's probably one of the most visited that I've ever been to. Is Newcastle. I mean, other cities I've visited a bit could be Bristol. That's about it, really. I've been to every little place once or twice or whatever. Always impressed me how Cyprus taxi driver all drove Mercs. Well, because they were a quality car. All those countries around the middle, I don't know, maybe everywhere in the world, they would drive Mercedes. They were different. It's like Mercedes in America were really expensive cars. They did not sell. They did not sell the trashy Mercedes. They were like really cheap Mercedes. Do they still have them? 2-2 is still worth 2 points, says Joodles. Is that in your game? Is that in your game? So today is the 28th day. Is it the 28th day? I've done this 228th day. My mom was a passenger in an open-top car that flipped over down a hill in Singapore. Not sure how she's still alive. Yes. Yeah. It can happen. It can happen. And a lot of times you get in the car. A lot of times you get in the car. 228, 26. And it's the 31st of January. It's the end of January. Springtime is coming. You can feel it. Thank you, Mr. Cuff. You know, when you get in a car, you got to look at the driver and you got to say, is this driver safe? Even if they have a driver's license. The taxis in New York, Lewis, so powerful. I guess the old ones were. I don't know how the new ones are. The new ones are just like the new taxi cabs are just like cars. They're not that fancy. Oh my God, hi ho Kermit. What did he say? That's really What happened to your mom? It fell over. Jesus, that go over down a hill. Yeah, an open top car. Open top car. Yeah, that could be very really scary. Yeah, that's almost like death. I'm talking about the girls are talking about football. That was over 60 years ago. She was 86 3 days ago. Wow. And she lived. She lived. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. If she had died, I would have been sad. I don't need that kind of sadness. Um, Gordon Brown, former prime minister, sold nearly all of UK's gold. Would be worth about $600 million pounds more now. Yeah, and he's supposed to be a great financial guy, Gordon Brown. Who knows what the right thing to do is? The smart people have a little bit here, a little bit here, a little. I don't do this, but a little bit here. They have money in little things, and some goes up, and some goes down. Gordon Brown. I was given a bottle of whiskey from Gordon Brown's wife when I performed at that hotel, that theater across from Liberties of London. What is it called? The Dominion, not the Dominion. What is it called? What is it called? Let me see if I can find it on a map. Any of you know what I'm talking about here? Anybody know? Oh, really? Pity about the New York cabs. They used to be big. They were New York cab. They were one of the largest cab companies. They used to make cabs, and then I don't know who got the cab license now, but they were basically, I don't know if they were structurally the same as a regular car or they were hyped up. Let's find out what they say about it. Let's just see what it says. Let's just see what it says, which is our new New York cabs fitted to make them structurally stronger. Taxis of New York. They aren't specially fitted, according to AI, for structural strength, but rely on inherently robust vehicle choices, often larger sedans like Ford Crown Victorias, and that's an historical thing, durable SUVs and hybrids like Toyota, Nissan, and Mitsubishi models chosen for their reliability, passenger space, and ability to withstand constant heavy use. So, is that interesting? Is that an answer to the question? Oh, you didn't see the thing here. Okay, sorry about that. Gordon Brown, texture like, I mean, really, and he was so he wasn't unlikable. I kind of liked him, but he made a deal with what's his name, with Tony Blair. And Tony Blair delayed him and delayed him and delayed him. Okay? And then Tony Blair says, okay, you can become prime minister. And everybody knew that Tony Blair was whether he was a better prime minister than Gordon Brown, he was way more popular, way more charismatic. Whatever. If you like Tony Blair, I don't like Tony Blair, but and then Gordon Brown, and then Tony Blair moved aside. You go chicken ticker scored. What's going 2-1 streaky? You're still on, but this could go anywhere. I mean, I like. Is that guy's not there anymore? Who's the manager? Who's the manager of Liverpool? I liked him. That fight, Lewis. If ever you are in doubt about any situation, if you stop, think, and ask the question in your head Birds will fly to the right position. To will Birds will fly to the right. Period. It is a positive answer. Fly from the left. It's negative. So, should I look up at the sky for birds? Or do I have to just Jurgen Klopp? That's right. He's gone. I liked him a lot. It's not Klopp anymore. It's Arne Schlott. Or Arnie Klott, says Jedster. Well, I was thinking of Jurgen Klopp. I was thinking of that, and he gave Liverpool hope. He brought Liverpool back, which was really good because Liverpool needed to have a good football team. They were very competitive with Manchester United and then Manchester City. So I'm glad. I'm really glad. You know, where is Jurgen Klopp now? What is he doing right now? So Claire says, Lewis, comma, or Lewis, comma, if ever you are in a doubt of any situation, okay, comma, if you stop, think, and ask the question in your head, the birds will fly to the right. Am I looking at birds? Am I looking at birds or am I just thinking of birds? Okay. The birds will fly to the right. To the right. Okay. It is a positive answer. If they fly to the left, it's a negative answer. Okay. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire. Co-op of coffee is a phrase Jimmy Carr would use for New York. Yeah, it's a cup of coffee. Cup of coffee. 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 Like Cauffee. Coffee. There's Paul Yoward. Okay. Yeah, you're right, Lewis. It was good to see Liverpool rise again, playing great football. But that's, you can't have, you got to have different kinds of teams. Cop is a lovely hotel somewhere, apparently. The Cop. Well, what does the Cop stand for? The Cop. Take the money and run streaky. Well, you just sort of sign off before the game is over. Jules, where the F is he going to try and find the cheapest deal? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I know what we're talking about. Isn't he on? You're saying Jurgen Klopp is on the sunbed with Big Sam. I love Sam Allardyce. I used to look like Sam Allardyce when I was fat because I had these lines. Can you see the lines there? Can you see the line? Interesting about birds. I put more faith in my divination pendulums, though. What is a divination pendulum? I know what divination is. Bog Sam. Yeah, Big Sam. Big Sam. Yes, look at the sky. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay. Yes, look at the sky. Thank you, Claire, for that. Thank you, Claire. Thank you. I was lucky enough to go to Liverpool Uni when it was a top institution for biology. It was because they recognized general studies, and I did well in that A level. I know nothing about footy, though. There's probably lots of people who don't follow the footy, but, it's a football town. It is an absolute football town. Um, Surely all the big decisions should be decided. Dr. Gordon, by eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yes, maybe you're right. Listen, everybody, we're going to end the stream in 9 minutes. So if you have something important to say, please say it now. I want to thank everybody for coming onto the stream tonight. Yeah, someone was bound to say it, Streaky. It just happened to be you. I'm knackered. I'm knackered. And I want to thank you for coming in. I want to thank Julian for being here and for Janet. I didn't even see Janet there. Is Lucy here? Say hello to everybody, Lucy. Warmelian, Claire, thank you very much. Dr. Gordon, Carrie B, thank you for being here. Alan Williams, thank you for being here. We'll be doing tomorrow at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Maybe 6, I don't know, maybe 5. Alan Williams is number 10. MC Scott is number 9. These are the winners of the Lewis Schaffer live stream. The Jedster is 8. Okay. Streaky Bacon is 7. Mr. Cuff is 6. Joodles is 5. Always good Joodles. Hi-Ho Kermit is brilliant at 4. Paul Yoward is 3. And Meat, who is me? Is this you? Look at this picture of who is Meat. Thank you for coming in. And number 1 is Maltese Phil. So that's really good. I really, really, really appreciate it. And then I'm gonna see what the highest number of the stream is. We've only had an hour. It's one of the shortest streams that we've done. I can't be perfect every single time. I was basically an hour. The last 2 minutes, I looked like I was about to fall asleep, but it's quite a real. It's really brilliant. I'm gonna go into bed. I'm gonna crawl into bed and go to sleep. Okay. I don't have any. I'm gonna just maybe I'll have a little bit of a drink of some kind, or maybe not. I'm gonna tell you right now what the analytics say. Are you ready for the analytics, everybody? Can you write down the number that you think is the top number? Okay. Well, oh my God. Well, it's rising. The number's rising. The Philharmonic Pub has glass cisterns and goldfish in them, so they struggle when you flush. Okay, I don't know that. Okay. I would love Lucy. You don't need to ask Lucy. What am I asking Lucy? Maria's here. Hello, Maria. Okay, so thank you, everybody, for coming in. Judel says 22. Lucy Van Pelt says 25. Streaky Bacon says 23. Dr. Gordon says 25. The Jedster says 28. Anybody else? Come on. We've got at least, I'm not going to say how many we have, but it's at least 20. So you 20 people are in. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go to Ko-fi. You may go to Ko-fi and you forgive me. Make sure you forgive me for this stream, for being only an hour long and for not being one of the best streams that we've done. But it's been entertaining, I think. It's really good. I'm going to keep the stream going. You can go over to Discord and talk to each other. All the hot girls were in Banbury Spoons today. Lewis will score when he comes up here. That would be lovely to hear. For me to. I think it'd be brilliant. I think it would be brilliant. I don't know. It seems a bit. I don't understand it. Buy the stream of coffee. Thank you, Kermit. Okay. And the winner is at 21. You sure it's 21? The number seems to have gone down. Oh my God, it's gone down. I've got a higher number than this. I see a higher number than this, Kermit. Than what you said it was. Stream of semi-consciousness. Yeah, I mean, that's what makes this show the absolute best podcast is the level of incompetence, of uncookedness, of just rawness. I saw 22. The number that I have here, I'm gonna have to. I have to be the judge. I'm looking at the analytics. The analytics says the top number is 23. And who came up with the top number? MC Scott, 23. Thank you very much. Hey, if you need your beauty sleep, you need it. Tickets on sale tomorrow. Tomorrow. Went up to 23. It's still MC. So there you go. So MC deserves to win. I love you, everyone. I'm going to say it again. I was thinking about it today. I don't think you understand how happy you make me. I get a little bit mad at Joodles, which is really unfortunate because I'm a huge, huge fan of Joodles. And she knows that. She knows that. I saw 25 briefly towards the end. I thought I saw that too. But it's gone up, it goes down. I don't know why that would be. Why would that be? It says 24. It says 24. As a Marxist, I was the only one who did not stand in the graduation in Liverpool for the Queen bit. But yeah, people, when you're young, you're a revolutionary like that. Don't forget, it's St. Bridget's Eve tonight. You need to hang a scarf, cloth ribbon outside till tomorrow so she can bless them and bring you luck for the rest of the year. Okay, St. Bridget, never heard of him. Mad. We have different definitions of mad. You're not mad at me, but you can get very testy. Do you agree that Joodles can get a bit testy? You know, do you believe that? I don't know what this means. So I'm going to say the winner is MC Scott at 23. That's the number that it comes up with here. That's the number. It's 23. I'll see you. I'm going to leave the stream going for a couple of minutes, and then we'll see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you, Kermit, for all the help you've done by alerting people to, help a brother out, Lewis Schaffer, by going to Ko-fi or Patreon or PayPal. What about Discord? Go to Discord. Talk amongst yourselves at Discord. Okay? And we'll do 2 shows tomorrow night. We'll be back. We'll be back organizing that. Thank you very much, Claire, for being here. Thank you to Lucy. Did I forget anybody? I don't know if I did. I don't know if I forgot anybody. Andrew is not back. He's like still angry at me. He's like still angry at me. If he wants to be angry at me, I'd like to have him come back, but he's angry at me. Streaky Bacon, I think I've thanked everybody. So, thank you, Kermit. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's see how many people have liked and subscribed. How many people like and subscribe? Anyway, we will see you tomorrow. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I've just been told that Streaky got to 23 first before MC. So we're going to give them both out. But a big, big, big round of applause for Streaky Bacon. Thank you, Streaky Bacon, for all the nice things. You always say something nice to me at the end of the show, and I say something nice to you. I'm really happy you're here. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Lucy, Jedster, Judith, Claire. Thank you very much, MC Scott. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being so brilliant.